Good afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. Everything's all good. Let me just organise some things here. I don't need to do the desktop audio. That's already going. Welcome back to ATS. Well, let's cover where we got up to yesterday with ETS. So at the end of ETS yesterday, we ended up with 96,908 euros. We have 14 garages and 68 trucks. As you can see here, we're on 73,000 odd, 13 garages and 63 trucks. So we'll find out at the end of the stream who's in the lead this week. Will it be ETS or will ATS be able to pull it back a bit? But I've got to do some adjustments. I remember we covered last time when I updated coast to coast. That's what, that the drivers in Miami aren't going anywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to move some of these guys here. Let's go garage. So what we're going to do is we're going to move I need, yeah, that's driver manager, isn't it? All right, we'll start with Christine. We're going to relocate her up here to that spot there. And we're going to relocate you to that spot there. So now we'll relocate him down to Miami. And relocate you to Miami. And from Miami, well, hang on, I've already done that. Who's who? Hang on. Garage manager. I might have already done this. I say that because go back to garages. Go down to Miami. We've just moved him, and he was the 41st driver I bought, and he's the 60. We've just moved him. 38, 60. It seems like I have rearranged. Right, let's move him. Just leaves these two, doesn't it? 1 and 3. Right, where's... Hey! Causey, how are you, mate? Yeah, I'm just sorting it out. I'm just thinking that I might have done it already because of the number the drivers are. And I might have done this when we found it out in the last stream. I'm just going to do it again. No, it's here I want to do. No, it's here I want to do. up there, Kristen. Which means there's 2 that aren't there. But what I'm going to also try is going to Miami and getting a delivery from there. And because we know that those roads aren't discovered at the moment, even though we have been down there and discovered those roads. It's going to cost us $6,000 to do it, but in the long run, it might be a bit better than losing out on people not going, if this actually will help the situation. Because like I said, I think I've already done that rearranging people, because there was a couple in Miami where their number of the driver that we acquired them are in the 60s and the rest of them are in the 40s. So anyway, how are you, Causey? You all good, bud? I mean, if it doesn't work out, we'll just keep going like we did with ATS, fix it and then do a make-up stream for the loss of money. That slid a little. Yeah, I'm pretty good, mate. Pretty good. Doing all good. I got my coffee. So I'm happy chappy at the moment. It's not raining today, so I went out for a walk just before the stream. Right, so let's find ourselves a job, shall we? Let me get a list. Let me get myself a little bit more organised here. Right, we're with 3M. We're with Amazon as well. We're not with them. That I don't remember seeing that before. General Mills we're with. So we've got a bit of a selection here. So let's start off. Here's a huge one. Apparently 30-hour drive. I somehow don't believe that, personally. You're going from the bottom of America, of the US, into Canada, which will apparently take 30 hours for 56,000. Now, I don't know how realistic that is, but I don't think, personally, it's a 30-hour drive. Then, if it is, the US is a lot smaller than I imagined it would be. Anyway, that's number 1. We've got number 2 here, which is just down the road for $7,000. We've got number 3 here, which is also just down the road for $13,000. Number 4 into Tennessee, and number 5 also under the Florida. Of course, it's your choice, but I will point out it might be not a bad idea doing a delivery into Florida. Might help with unlocking the roads or whatever it is, discovering the roads that we've already discovered. So, yeah, but it's up to you. I mean, obviously, if we're driving out, we've got to drive out of Florida anyway, so I suppose it really doesn't matter, to be honest. Anyway, let's do it again. There's number 1, there's number 2, there's number 3, there's number 4, there's number 5. I'll give you 30 seconds starting now to put your vote in. So what do you reckon, Causey? Do you reckon that trip from Florida all the way to Canada would be a 30-hour drive? Realistically? Another 10 seconds for any more votes. So far, number 3 is on the... Maybe? Oh, okay. Well, gee, if you think... Yeah. I suppose, I mean, the US would be wider than it is longer, isn't it? Number 3 it is. This will be fun. Like I said, it slid a little bit. It seems like the snow physics mod has a bit more effect in ATS than it did in ETS, or just that those trucks are better equipped for it than ETS. I don't know. We're going to find out. Helps put it into gear. That's what I've heard, so I'll give it a go. So hopefully this will fix our issue. We'll find out. I mean, if it was the fact that, well, the 3 I've just moved down here from Utah. If they start making money, we know it's because of that. I can make it. I can make it. If the other 2 that I haven't moved start making money, then this helped out. 28 hours. Okay. I could have done that one. Just let's get right past that. This is going to be fun. I might actually let you know when I put the brakes on so you guys get a sort of an idea of how far we're sliding. Right, first job of the day. Let's make some cash, cold hard cash. Whoa, 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 what the heck? I think there's a bit of a bug here. I think that's a bug. Because that first one disappeared. So obviously they're coming to disappear. Oh, are they coming to work? No. Oh, it might be the late shift. Maybe that's a whole bunch of people coming to work. In that case, it's not a bug, is it? Braking, still not stopping. Here we go. Thanks, mate.
Stay left, then turn left.
Oh, that's right. This has only got 13 gears, isn't it?
Turn left.
Oh, okay. I've got a red light. Doesn't matter. I slid all the way. Might as well. So I hope the lighting's all good today because it's nice and sunny outside. I haven't got the light on. I haven't shut the curtains completely. I want a little bit of sunlight to come in. Okay, I'm hitting the brakes now.
Turn left.
My brakes are full down. How was that for a judgment call? That'll be the first and only time. And when I said I was hitting the brakes now, I actually had my foot full on the brake. So you can see how far I was sliding. Come on, let's go. I've got a deadline to get to, and when I say deadline, I mean probably someone I'm going to crash into and kill them, squash them. When we get to our destination, have a little look to see how the other drivers are doing, to see if they've made any movement at all. Got a tickle in my throat. Went to cough and I thought I better mute before I do that. All right.
Stay left.
So it's a 4-hour drive. That should be ample time for at least one of the drivers to find a job to do. And if one of them does, then we know at least the other two will. And if that one driver happens to be one that I haven't moved, then we can pretty safely assume. Is there ever a safe assumption? Probably not. We could be as confident as one can be in assuming that the other four will also start working. I've got to be quick with the gears too in this weather. Just slowing down. No, it's not 13 gears, it's 12. Concentrating hard. Looking out for sharp corners. Cars on the way. Wish I had a spare button on the wheel. Missed it by that much. As I said, I wish there was a spare button on my wheel where I could actually assign the engine brake to. Actually, I wonder if I can use one of my... I'm just trying to think what my mouse buttons are set up for.
Stay left.
Have I got a spare mouse button? Oh, you know what? I could maybe reassign... Oh, it's starting to clear. Reassign the DPI changer button. Funny enough, there's 3 buttons for the DPI on my mouse. One's to up the DPI to the next level I've got it set at. I can set whatever levels I like. Got 4 settings so I can choose from. And the other one's obviously to drop the DPI down. And then I've got one that I hold that'll drop it up one while I'm holding it. Which that's a button I don't need. So I could probably reassign that button for the engine brake, but technically no difference really to going over and pressing the B on the keyboard than holding that down. The idea is I probably want a bit more convenience, and it's more convenient if I had a spare button on my wheel. I'm just going to stick to the speed. I'm not going to go 2 miles over like I normally do. Not in this weather. So, yeah. I remember when we last streamed this 3-4 weeks ago with the winter physics mod on, that ATS was a lot more slidier, a lot less stable on the road with it than ETS was, but yesterday's ETS was a huge difference to the ETS we did in the last stream of that. This one seems exactly the same so far, which I'm a little confused at, because yesterday, as you guys who were watching know, I put that down to possibly that the mod was designed to work with the add-on to the Frosty, which is the Heavy Winter mod, and obviously we've been the last winter one before we go back into spring. I take the Heavy Winter one off and we just do the Frosty to represent the end of winter. But I did look it up. I said I was going to look it up to see if that's the case, but it says it's a add-on for the Frosty mod. And now we've gotten to ATS, and there's no difference between this, doing it today, than we did 3 or 4 weeks ago when I last streamed it. So why was ETS any different? Because it was almost like I didn't have it on. Had really no effect to the physics. And as you saw, when I told you I hit the brakes at those set of lights, how far I slid. And I wasn't even going that fast when I hit the brakes. Where's all the snow on the right there? I sort of wasn't sure about whether I should brake on that corner or not. What is the time? Let's keep an eye on the road when corners come up. Right, the time, where's the clock on here? 6:35, so we've got about an hour and a half before we need to sleep. How much longer have we got to go? Okay, so we'll definitely finish the delivery before we need to sleep. Maybe it'll be raining when we wake up and we'll be in crash cam so we can get to see a closer view of me and a car being joined together in holy matrimony.
Go straight.
I'm actually sort of hoping that ATS will be, by the end of the stream, will be in the lead this week. Whether you believe that or not. Yes, I always, I'm rooting for ATS. I was a little depressed at the fact that ATS was constantly winning until we fixed the issue. And ever since then, ATS has given it a good run. This ain't gonna work out well. I can tell you that right now. No. We've got that thing again. What is it? That happened on a cloverleaf interchange. Because we've had that happen all over the US, coast to coast. But I can't remember if the other ones were on cloverleaf interchanges. So if we can remember to keep an eye out. And maybe it's just something to do with the modder. I can't remember if the vanilla game actually has cloverleaf interchanges in the vanilla game. Because if it does, they work fine. Surely the mod is using the same assets. And then we wouldn't be getting a turn right when it says to go straight ahead on the screen.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right.
I've got my brakes on hard. Still got my brakes on.
Turn left.
That's got to be a first. That's got to be first ever seen live. Overtaking a car while braking. With my brakes hard down, I overtook a car. Gotta love this mod. Oh, looking forward to using this mod next week, Causey. Next route. Yay. Can't wait.
Stay right, and then turn right.
It'd be good for a laugh.
Turn right.
I think with it, even with ATS, that'll be the first stream convoy mode where we end the stream without even making one delivery.
You have arrived at your destination.
And I'm not saying that as a joke either. I actually would not be surprised We didn't end up finishing a delivery. Oh, there we go. I don't know if I did any damage to the cargo. I mean, if I did any damage to the cargo, it would have been that car that rammed into me. There we go, level 44. Right, we need to find a place to sleep for the night. Oh. Let's go there and then we can uncover that. Sleep there and then we've got a bit more of a choice in Orlando. It's an hour-long drive. Yeah, that'll do. I think that's the way to go. That trailer's still behind. It is still behind me. Oh, it's even slippery here. Braking, even at that speed, still takes a little time. He's got to bring out a mod you can put chains on your tires.
Turn left. Stay left, and then continue straight. Go straight.
Phew. That's what I was trying to avoid crashing into. Without success. I'll get my beacons on. No, I don't. Oh, it was. It was smooth sailing right into the back of that, mate. Hello, what's going on up here? Oh, nothing much. I've given him room. He's all good. He's not a flashing. He's a reversing. Oh, he's... Looks like he's getting a run up to ram me. How are you, Dave, mate? You all good? Welcome to the stream. Hang on a sec. We haven't moved anywhere. Does he need more room? Surely not, because he hasn't got his hazards on, and they normally have the hazards. So what's going on up ahead here? I think it was exactly like I was gliding on. Oh, it's not almost like it. If in doubt, create a route. Yeah, good mate. My stomach's a bit tense because I'm tensing up driving this thing around. Is that a green light for me? I think it is. Can't see. I only been on for half an hour. I've crashed into the back of a truck. I've had cars crash into me so far. Ramming me because they were late for work, apparently. As I was coming out of the place I picked that last delivery up from.
Stay right.
Almost at the median barrier. To the point is I don't know how I didn't
Exit right.
hit the median barrier. Yeah, look at this. It is a clover leaf.
Turn right.
So it's got to be that. But like I said, I can't remember if these intersections are in the vanilla game. Because that's the only thing I can think is that these are assets been made by the modder, and he hasn't done the routing for the roads correctly. Hence the reason why I keep telling us to take a right when it goes straight ahead. But if they are, then that's confusing. Well, what's this lights and stuff for road works ahead? Okay. Which lane do I need to be in? The left lane by the looks of it. Interesting. I was clicking my indicator once, and for some reason it's doing a double click then.
Stay right, and then exit right.
Maybe it's time for a new wheel. Yeah, good one. I don't think that'll be happening.
Exit right. Turn right.
I'll turn right without stopping because I didn't really have much of a choice.
Get ready to turn right.
Hitting the brakes now.
Turn right.
Brakes off. Another recruitment agency.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Well, yeah, might as well repair the truck. A little damage. We left with no
Go
No
straight.
damage whatsoever. Oh, we're pretty much on. Oi! Cheeky.
You have arrived at your destination.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we got much of a damage as it is anyway. Well, let's just clarify that, shall we? Oh yeah, it's not even worth it. 1%. Okay, I should be happy with that, shouldn't I? Right, hopefully we'll have enough to buy a truck after the sleep. Now, first thing we've got to do is, well, we'll sleep. That's the first thing. Because no doubt we will have enough money to buy a truck. No, it's not in 7th gear game. The shifter is in neutral. The clutch is released. Clutch in, clutch out. There we go. All right, we'll sleep first. There's the rain again. I can't wait to crash in the rain again. Let's buy a truck. But before we do that, let's just check and see what our drivers in Miami are doing. Garage. Miami. Someone's on the move. Let's get a good old map view. Hang on, didn't I move her over? I thought I moved her over. No, that's somewhere different. What's going on here? Yeah. Garage view. Daily profit. Miami's still on 0. Everyone else is sort of making a profit. Not much. Useless. 15%, 4%, 0%. Oh my god. These guys. Oh, well, okay, we've just moved these guys over, so that might be it. They need. Well, surely that was enough. I don't know. Travel time. Who knows? We'll give it a. Here's Billings. Let's tell us. That's more. That's someone. Where's Billings? Oh, there. You can see it was a different colour. Of course it's Montana. Alright, Montana. And Billings. There. Hey, okay, 15%. They are not very well, but they might need a bit of time. My concern more is, I mean, we've got someone on the move in Miami. He's already made some money. These two haven't, and there's another one that's made money. And I think he's an original. Yeah, he is. He's one of the original guys. So he's now making money. He's resting. She's resting. He's resting. Where'd we put them to summon? Here we go. Heading back. She's on the move. On duty. On duty. So they might need a little bit more time, and I think we might have might need a little bit of time. Yeah, I did notice that the Billings ones. They all seem to be sitting there. Resting, 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 resting. We'll keep an eye on them. They have got money coming in, but we'll keep an eye on them, and see where they're at after this next one. Yeah, but I mean,